Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So it's Cypher Sigma here with a new video. So we will get into the intro first now. And as we've done the intro, so listen, as you can see in the background, I am in the toy cave / man, as you will see. Lots and lots of filming. There's a few rubbishy stuff that you can't see out of the way, so I'm going to do. But the issue I am now having and faced, as people would have seen previous videos, I have a shelf within my living room that keeps my to watch DVDs and movies to watch. This is all my new ones. I try and watch anything like get new into collection on that shelf. Previously in the past of moving and everything being in boxes, everything is in or was in boxes and stuff, and I never got to watch it stuff. So we're going to turn the camera. I have, as you know, I cleared these shelves out and I have a few shelves here. Ignore what this is. But what it is I've gone through and I've now pulled these movies out. Now, essentially what this is apart from a few movies that I want to watch, and we'll just throw a few porridge for the dogs back inside, like Future Sport, Eden Lake, Deep War 1. Most of these are just the movies that I have not seen. Now, apart from those few units that I have to go through, once I've been through them and pulled a few more out, that is every single movie that I have in my collection that I've not watched. Not series, films. So that bit leaves me with a very interesting question. So yes, it's a bit of a good disjointed video we have here. So yes, the first bit was taken in the garage, and you can see. So as the picture now would seem that I've taken that, we brought 35 movies altogether out from the garage into it. 6 or 7 of them are just rewatches. A few of them are just ones I've already seen but are sealed, so I want to watch them. And then essentially there was 25 of those. So taking account we have 3 or 4 more units left, and I need to spin around. I would say I am definitely under 50 movies, unless I've really overdone this. There are 50 movies in my collection that I have not seen. That is it. That is a lot less than what I thought. I say I probably have a lot of series to watch, so my 5% kind of rule from 4,500, give or take, I think is an overestimation. If you've all seen the channel and seen my weekly videos, you'll know that every Wednesday or every weekend, every fortnight, sorry, I'm watching movies. I'm getting through like the best part of one a day, give or take. So, I mean, to have 50 movies, what I suspect is say 25 on the shelf and then a few cupboards to go and then probably scan through. So if it was 50, we've got September, October, November, December, you know, you've got 120 days. There is no way I'm going to not end this year with having watched every single movie in my collection at least once. So, and this is for the reason for this video. I'm now kind of a dilemma. Obviously, the series are what I have tried to focus on a little bit, and I am trying to catch everything up. But where do I go from here? Now I've watched every single movie that I own. Now I do like older movies, so some of the stuff in my collection, I have like Calamity Jane, which is quite an old movie that I think my mum watched, and I wanted to the Carousel and the Seven Brides and Brothers. These kind of influences and movies that I do like are from her. So I didn't want that, and that's the thing. Is like, do I then go and try and find just movies that I've not seen and try and add them into collection? I mean, I know like comic book ones, I do want to get hold of the original Swamp Thing and watch that. So that's kind of that. It's like, do I go down that route or do I do the alternate? Do I then start again? I have my whole series, and kind of like I've been doing with the rewatches. You know, I pulled out a lot from the culling the collection, and there was a lot of maybes. And do I start doing this? Do I start going through it almost periodically, so to speak, and go back through my collection, watching kind of ones I want to revisit, and then a lot of movies that I haven't seen in a long time? And then do I decide, you know, do I keep it or do I not? Is it once I've watched it 2-3 times, you know, or I've seen it by the time I've watched it, it would have been 2 or 3 times. Do I decide that that's it? So this is kind of a question to you out there. I'd be interested in your decisions. Now, it wouldn't be if everybody in the office says, get rid of everything, get rid of everything. I'm not necessarily going to do that. I'm just basically wanting more opinions why I weigh up. This decision will probably come later in the year. As I say, once I finally get to that point, I've watched everything. I mean, it's good like to have like 4,500, and I've literally watched almost every movie wise, watched everything. Series I am working my way through stuff. A lot of the series I have seen, I would say there's probably 50 to 100 series I haven't seen in my collection. But with stuff like anime and that, like when you have like One Pieces, which is like 1,000 episodes, like I have like there was a Battleship one that AJ lent me that's like 5 series and stuff like this. There's Dead Like Me that I have to go back to, that's like 2 or 3 seasons. There are 8 seasons of Psych, and there's stuff like this. So there are quite so if I do focus more on that side of things, which I may do next year, I could focus on the seasons. I could, so that's kind of where I'm thinking. You know, do I look for brand new films that I've not seen and then decide if I want to add them to the collection? Do I go over everything and decide that that's it, or do I not? Do I skip them side and go, actually, you know, next year onwards, I'm going to focus on series. I'm going to focus on finishing all the series, you know, 24 and stuff like this, like the last few seasons that I've not seen, and rewatch all of them, and then, you know, decide how it goes there. But yeah, that has been my interesting video of what do you do when you've watched mostly everything in the collection. I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall definitely see you in the next one.